the truth. Don't I look great?
You look really
It's
good in
like,
that light. You look hot.
I know.
You look
I
like you
know.
should be in a movie.
I I said the same thing. I'm looking at myself. I'm going, this is the best I've ever
You
looked.
look at yourself and go, "I'd do me."
I would do me tonight.
Would you do me too?
Yeah.
Well, then we should wrap this up and let you guys be alone. Hey guys, welcome to Comedy Centric. We're comedians and best friends, Julia Scotti and Kathy Caldwell, and we are back for season 2. Join us for all new episodes as we catch up with fascinating comics, writers, performers, and entertainers from around the world. We'll also just kind of talk about stupid stuff and make fun of each other. But we'll have fun together, and really, that's what matters. So let's go. Here's your host, nationally headlining comedian, actress, writer, and resident crime fighter in her active adult community, Julia Scotti.
And
Crime fighter.
Huckster. Trump's got his Bibles. What do we got? We got drinking vessels.
Are we going to
These
do
are now
shoes?
available, right?
Yes, available. Comedy. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Kathy Double C. How are you?
Hey, did you like that? Resident crime fighter. You're a crime fighter.
I did
How's
like
the
that.
business?
That's what I do. Not so good. Well, I live in an active adult community, so there's not a lot of crime.
But it's not hard to
maybe
chase them unless they
occasional.
got those jazzies. They're like,
Oh, you can catch them when they're on the walkers. Or you can. I have a boomerang cane. That's my secret weapon, like Batwoman. and I fling it at them, and it goes, whoop, 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 and it comes back and it knocks them out, and I go get them. Yep, yeah.
They just go.
So you had a busy weekend. I had a busy weekend.
I know. Oh, and I didn't even tell you this. But wait, first, you tell me about your weekend.
Well, no. If your news is better, you tell it first.
Well, I don't know yet. I might be seeing Obama.
You might be.
Oh,
No way.
Thursday.
I'm getting in the car. Where? No.
Yep.
Where?
Obi's going to be in Pittsburgh. And I got an email, and they're like, "Hey, media person, you want to meet and see Obama?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I do." So
yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
I know, isn't that cool?
It's very cool. I am. Well, you're going to meet somebody even bigger tonight on the show. But we'll tell that off for a second. This weekend I spent with the funny women of a certain age, and boy, what a whopping good time we had.
Comedy.
Did I say whopping good time? What am I?
Is it a quartet?
Well, no, it was yesterday. We were at Helium yesterday, Sunday, and Vanda Mikulowski, who was these were all comics from our, we all came up together. But Vanda came in, and she's getting back into comedy, and she came in and did a guest set and slayed. Everybody slayed. Anita slayed. Anita Wise slayed. Carol Montgomery slayed. We were slayers. We got a little gas there.
That's how you kill them, with the gas, with laughter and gas.
That's a great room, though. And then Friday we were at a place called the Comedy Dojo in Morris Plains at Tiffery. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Busy. The fall's coming up. My one-person show is coming along really well. I'm excited.
Good. So we're ready. You're ready to go.
I am ready to go. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Let's stop.
Let's take one last sip from our official.
Ready? Can we cheers somehow? Can we?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, there we go. Like that.
Clink.
There we go. Cheers. Clink. All right.
Clink. Cheers. All right.
That's a pretty mug. Thank you, Jimmy. That is handsome.
Yeah, Jimmy did a good job, and they are available, folks. You didn't notice that I was in a different set. I have a new set.
I did. I noticed that you're in a different set. You're in the other wing of your home.
I'm in the East Wing now. I'm in the East Wing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to do the show
living
in the East
space.
Wing. Well, you all complained about my lighting so much that I
well, it did kind of suck.
All right.
But this is much better. I like this. It's like a library.
It is. I wanted to give the. Speaking of libraries, I'm reading Harper Lee's follow-up novel to Kill a Mockingbird, Go Set a Watchman. Have you?
No.
It came out Not long before she passed. She had written it, and it was a follow up. It actually is. It's the sequel to Kill a Mockingbird, and it's her as an adult. She's and boy, what a writer! She makes me want to never write anything ever again.
Well, that's inspirational.
She's
really
great.
It makes me want to not do anything.
No, I mean, but you read, what she does with one sentence sometimes. It's just, oh my God, she's just wonderful. I highly recommend this book. Go Set a Watchman.
Oh, also,
I don't have the clout that Oprah has, but
Matlock's coming back. 10/17.
You talked about him in the last show.
Her, and it's coming back 10/17. Kathy Bates. Have you ever heard of her? She's a little actress.
I've heard of her.
A little bit of work.
Yeah, I know who she is.
Star.
Okay. I'm a star too. You know what?
You're a movie star. You're in your little library there. You're feeling yourself.
I am feeling myself. Our guest tonight is I was in his movie, and he's a movie maker. He's been the director, writer, producer on movies like Ripples of Water, The Dance, I.W.S.K, The Devil's Playground. I mean, and many, many more. He also acts in them. The guy's amazing. He's a Renaissance man, and he's as cute as a button.
Yeah.
How about a big, warm, comedy-centric welcome for AJ Ciccotelli? Where is he? Come on. Yay!
AJ! Is his sound working?
Oh, no.
Oh,
not again.
AJ,
what happened?
What happened? What did you and Jimmy do while we left you?
Turn the volume up, AJ.
Pump up the jams. Pump up the jams.
Okay, nothing yet. Well, can Jimmy, can you put us on hold while we figure out this problem?
We're on hold. It's me writing down the time and then coming back to in editing.
Or you want to just keep going?
Well, no, let's
get
them fixed. I'll just keep it recording.
It was like 30 something, Jimmy.
Yeah, I got it. 30:23.
I think my light just burnt out. What the hell is going on?
Oh my gosh.
Here? These lights might cut out when they get
good timing for everything here. So I don't know, AJ, maybe go back at Julia's IT work seemed the trick last time. Go out and come back in, see if it works.
Yeah,
and Julia, turn your light off and turn it back on. I'm plugging.
Well, I think it has cooled down first. They might turn off automatically when they get too hot. Is he there?
No.
Wow, this is somebody put the Malokia on this show tonight.
All right, I'll be right back.
We're still recording, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody's saying anything.
All right, what, you got to pee?
No, I gotta fill this mug up.
I have it 30 minutes and 23 seconds to start my edit. So
I think he went out.
Julia, why don't you get a new light bulb?
Yeah.
The lights didn't burn out. When they get too hot, they cut out.
How long has it been on?
And then you gotta let them cool. It was on for a while. What do you want from my life?
I'll be back.
Go ahead. All right, there we go.
Hello.
All right. There he is. There he is. And we got light and audio at the same time. Now we just need Kathy back.
Hurry up, Kathy. Before the mic goes again.
Before the mic and the lights go again. As soon as Kathy comes back, your mic will go out and Julia's lights will go back out.
I tell you, this is like the Edmund Fitzgerald here tonight. Well, now we got to wait for Kathy because she's, she likes to, there she is.
Okay. Hello.
You made it.
All right. So
let's do the introduction
all
again.
over again. Okay.
I'm not gonna start the theme song again. Just go into the
All
intro.
right.
Go into
All
intro.
right. There we
Okay.
go. So ask me who our guest is tonight.
So we have a big show. Who are we going to talk to tonight?
Well, you know that I am an award-winning actress.
I've heard. Reluctantly,
No,
I've
you know
heard.
what? It's the truth. No, I've told you on several dozen times that I was a best supporting actress. I was in the movie The Fabulous Seven Forever. Well, we have the director of said movie, AJ Ciccotelli's here tonight. AJ, where are you?
I'm here.
Oh, we can hear you too. Yay!
Hey.
Why the camera's not quite on your face, AJ? Turn
You
it
know
a
what?
little
At
bit.
least we can hear him.
No, I know we can hear him, but
bit.
it'd be it's perfect like that. Yes, perfect.
Nice.
Let me move my
You're
chair
a
because right
lovely
now.
woman.
AJ, I have so many questions for you.
Okay.
Like, why Julia?
Why Julia? Well, number one, she was recommended by Giancarlo Durland, who wrote and produced and was the star of Fabulous Seven. And then I looked you up because, I want to get to know a little bit about the actors I'm working with, and loved your personality and everything I read up about you, and I was like, yeah, great. And that fact that you wanted to rehearse with him before we shot the film, I was so excited about that. And then meeting you on set, you're just fabulous. You were easy to work with and such a great talent.
Wait, we're talking about Julia Scotti, right?
Oh, by the way, I haven't received my check yet, Julia.
Neither have I, AJ.
So you're a director and a writer and a producer and just like an all-around just creative dude, right?
Yeah. I've been doing this for a while. I started out as an actor in high school, and I became a professional actor when I turned 20, and I realized I couldn't do anything else. And then I wanted to start making stories and narratives. I wanted to start writing and directing, and got into that more than even the acting these days. Yeah, so I've been a filmmaker for about 10 years. But my love for cinema has been since I was a kid, since I was 1977. Superman the movie did for me. I realized I could believe a man could fly, and I also knew I was gay because Christopher Reeve.
That's one of the things I wanted to ask you. I mean,
something clicked.
One of the things about your movies is that I don't know if I haven't seen them all, but there was an LGBT theme in all of them, or is it just?
Most of them. Most of my characters are either LGBTQ or it's there are characters in it that are, or like my horror films actually don't have the I.W.S.K interview with a serial killer. The main character is gay, but it's alluded to. He's more obsessed with serial killers than he is with finding a boyfriend. So there's little jokes in that. But most of them do have some kind of representation. Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you have an influence in your filmmaking? And is there anybody that you like? I liked what they did, and I kind of
so many. I since I saw Superman the movie, I became obsessed with movies. I'll be quite honest. Until the '90s, with the new queer cinema, not a lot of representation in mainstream films, right? So I first fell in love with Superman, and then of course I grew up in the 80s, so it was the slasher film. Then I became art house movie kind of fan, and then when the 90s hit and saw this movie called Maurice, Merchant Ivory production, and it was a love story between two men. I was like, you could do that on screen, you could show that, and that got me extremely excited. And I kind of saw myself in that movie. And of course, in the 90s, there was so much queer cinema that I absolutely loved. There was Living End and Go Fish and a whole bunch of films from the 90s.
Now, in the 90s, where did you see those? Because today it's the outlets are so much
I
more.
grew up in New York City, so
Okay, so
we had,
you
we
in the
had a
cinema.
lot of we had Quad Cinema, and we had Cinema Village, and we had a lot of these art house movie theaters. So
Okay.
I was very lucky. I would read something in the Village Voice, and the movie would get a really positive review, and I would just go, okay, this is what I'm doing this weekend. That, and also, oh my gosh, Kim Video in Manhattan, way back. That was like golden for me. Just I would just go live there and just rent a bunch of movies and watch and learn.
So New York
Well,
is. Yeah.
I'm
Go
sorry. The question I never got to ask you when we were on set. I'm sure every comedian has a script, or they've got a pilot that they wrote, and you've managed to make, I guess, a living at this because you've been involved with so many of these movies. How do you go about getting funding? Because even on a low budget is $100,000.
Yeah, so our films are really low budget. I actually I have a day job. I am a school teacher. I teach
Okay.
acting in New Jersey, and I love it. I get to wake up and do what I love until late at night. And on the weekends and on my time off, I make these films. Funding, a lot of it's self-funded. You borrow, beg, and steal to get your film.
No, because I think of trauma films. When you talked about horror, trauma is still in existence, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. It's Kaufman, right? Yeah. I was actually in a trauma film. I think it was the late 80s. It was called
Trauma.
Trauma, yeah.
Trauma is they produce these really, really low budget horror films, but they have a cult following. They're kind of like John Waters, same kind of thing, where he's got a cult too. Well, there's a guy we should talk about. Have you ever collaborated with him?
Lloyd Kaufman or John Waters?
No, Waters. John Waters.
Oh my gosh, I would love to. I absolutely love John Waters. I've only seen him on the street, and I tend to, when I see famous people, I start gawking at them, and they run from me.
Is he in New
That's
York?
always a healthy reaction.
They're like, oh, I'm out of here.
He did that with me, just FYI.
Really?
Oh my god, I love. Oh my god, Pink Flamingos. That movie. I saw that, and oh my gosh, my favorite is Female Trouble. Divine in Female Trouble is just the bomb. I love her in that movie so much.
So why do you think certain gay themed movies catch on, like John Waters' stuff, or things like Trauma become cult classics? What is it about that? How does that happen?
Well, I think with John Waters, right? So he kind of makes his movies in a time when, he starts his movie making when being gay was illegal. So a lot of the stuff is very, very kind of renegade, and he makes these really wild, explicit films. That kind of I think when you're taught to be good and they tell you that you're bad, then it becomes almost like an artistic bomb that that some filmmakers throw at the screen, going, you want bad, I'll show you bad. So I think John Waters definitely his early movies. Later on, he mellows out with Hairspray and Cry Baby, but his early films are really.
I love Cry Baby.
I love Cry Baby. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah. So
have you seen that, Kat? Cry Baby?
No, I've not.
Oh,
I've only been a crybaby. I've not seen the movie.
early Johnny Depp. He plays Crybaby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. He's great.
I
in
love
it.
Johnny Depp too. I like him.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Well, you kind of, I mean, with Fabulous Seven Forever, you kind of had that spirit of John Waters in there. I see, I see a lot of parallels.
yeah. Well, Giancarlo Durland wrote a really good script. It was Our Gay Big Chill. But
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
yeah. It's about 7 friends who get together after not seeing each other for a very long time. And it definitely has that indie feel to it. Yes, absolutely.
What are you so are you working on anything currently?
I am doing a bunch of short films. The one I produced, Margaret Leone, who plays one of my best friends in that movie, Fabulous Seven Forever, who plays Ruth. Margaret just made her first film, and it just got accepted to the Asbury Park challenge. We did it as a challenge. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm so proud of it.
Explain what that is.
Yeah.
Explain what the Asbury Park Challenge is.
It's called, yeah. So you have to make a film in 3 weeks, and it has to be up in Asbury Park, and they give you a bunch of different things, like you have to use this prop, you have to shoot on this location for a couple of seconds of the film at least, you have to say this line of dialogue. So we did it. Her script is called The Mud Hole. There is a place in Asbury Park back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s that was designated just to the African American Black community. That was the only place in Asbury Park they were allowed to swim. So she wrote this short script about that section and also about its redeeming factors and community. And it was great to watch Margaret become a filmmaker in front of our eyes. I'm so proud of her. Yeah.
And you produced
Scavenger
this
hunt
movie,
for
didn't
movies.
you?
I helped produce it. She produced it with me. My friend Tom, who I'm actually going to be shooting a short this weekend, he signed me up because I did a film with him last year, short film, and I was like, I don't want to become like the challenge king here. So Margaret has always talked about making a movie. I was like, Margaret, you're directing, I'll help you produce it. Let's make a movie. And she was like, sure. And she did a great job. I'm so proud.
How long is a short?
That is 3 minutes long. It could only be 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds because of credits.
Okay.
You could have 20, it could be over
20 seconds of credits and 3 minutes of movie, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It's so well
I
done.
know when Susan Sandler did the documentary on my life, she said one of the biggest costs was the editing and the color correcting. Could you talk a little bit about both of those things?
Sure. So, sure, it could be costly. You could make those. Mudhole was made on our iPhones, and on my.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but your films are you have
right, the bigger
your
ones,
feature
the bigger
films, right?
ones. Yes, it could be a little costly. Sure. But like a lot of people,
Explain what color correcting is, so we know.
color correcting, basically, when you film it and it's in the editing stage, you get the rough cut and whatnot, and things get washed out. You want to add color back onto the palette and make the color kind of consistent. Also, you want to maybe tint it a little bit, just so psychologically you could watch. Like Alfred Hitchcock is big on like color, right? Like Vertigo, he turns the whole screen red at one point and green at one point, right? So it kind of like helps with the whole kind of psychology of the movie, But yeah, it could be pretty costly. We were very lucky. We have a lot of people who work, because they want to be seen as well, especially the crew, the editor and stuff. We had a great one on Fabulous Seven.
I feel like when you were doing the documentary, Julia, one of the things that also was pretty costly was the legal guidance of are we breaking any copyright laws? Are we, in line with everything that we should be, that once we put it out there? In the independent shorts, are the restrictions and the rules as stringent as they are?
Not so much, because a documentary, a lot of times you have to borrow from different sources that are all copyrighted. You just got to be super careful. You can't have logos. At my last film, there was a accidental shot, because we took it in a cafe, of Donald Duck, and you don't want the mouse to be chasing you legally. So we couldn't use that shot. And yeah, you just got to be careful about logos. That's the main thing. And you also gotta make sure you get all permissions, to film on certain locations and whatnot.
Releases and permits.
Yeah.
And all that,
Yeah.
So when you're casting something, do you do actual casting call? Do you send out sides to actors? How do you cast people?
I have so many talented people that I'm surrounded with. If I can't cast within the people I know, I do send out casting notices. It's very impromptu. I graduated in 2020 from David Lynch School of Cinematic Studies, and one thing that I really took from David Lynch was, and he's a great guy, was that he never has auditions. He has interviews. And basically, he just has a conversation with actors. And if he could imagine, while talking to the actor, from the first frame to the last frame, he plays the movie in his head as he's talking to the actors. If you could see the actor in that movie, then he casts them. So I think
that's a better way. I read for a lot of things,
because auditioning is a skill. It's a skill. And honestly, a lot of people could have a great audition skill, and once they hit the camera, they can't do it, because it's about selling yourself and not so much about the character.
Yeah.
I just did one. I just did an audition for, I think it was I don't know what it was, but they wanted heavy improv skills in this, which to me says, oh, we don't have a script. Can you write
it? Porn shoot. It was a porn shoot.
But they let I stayed within the confines of the script, the sides that they sent me, but I worked around it, and I've heard conflicting stories from people. Don't do that in an audition. Don't do that. They like to see creativity in an audition. It's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which do you prefer?
Go ahead. Sorry.
What? Just repeat that again, Julia. I'm sorry.
I said, which do you prefer? Like, I know when I went in, you kind of let me.
Wait, let me guess. Did she meander?
No, you kind of felt your way through it, which is absolutely
meander.
Right.
We'll call that meandering.
You have to apply the nuance, so you have to kind of feel your way through that, right? So, which is what I like. I know as an actor, I hate when the director's like, cock your head to the right, laugh, then I want one stream of tear coming. How do you do that shit? I'm like, I don't know how to do that. But if a director trusts me, and hires me to do a role, I feel like, trust me, let me come up with some good stuff for you, opposed to being told what to do. Now, listen, if the person's a genius, and is brilliant and wants to be my puppet master, sure, but they have to be a genius, or else too many people want to control the actor.
Well, how do you know you're in the presence of a genius, though?
Well, if you look at Robin Williams and Good Will Hunting, all the ad-libbing he did on that.
Can we talk about Gus Van Sant as a great gay filmmaker? Holy crap! I mean, great filmmaker, but he's fantastic on that movie. Oh, I would have loved to have been on that set, just watching them work on that movie. Yeah, it was brilliant.
But Woody Allen kind of works that way too. He'll just, they have the
Woody Allen is such a lightning rod anymore, because it's so hard
It's so hard, yes.
separate the art from the artist with him.
But I'm talking about his process for shooting
I
movies.
know
He
what you're
doesn't.
saying.
He's not a slave to the script. I don't think he leaves
Right.
room. This is what I've heard. That
Yeah.
he just gives a general outline.
Yeah.
know.
I that's what I heard, and he's very hands off with the actors, but like he trusts the actors. I mean,
We
his
get
film
some good actors.
got get some great performances out
Yeah.
of his actors. I mean, wow.
It's interesting because from your director, but with a couple of weeks we have a guy named Thief Sutton. Do you know if the name rings a bell to you? But he was a TV writer, wrote it, and he's a showrunner for Cheers for a couple of years, and he's done a whole bunch of
Oh
other things.
wow.
I'm curious. I'm going to ask him the same question about, as a script writer, do you want your actors to be a slave to the words because there are babies.
It depends. If it's better than what I wrote, go off script. If it's
But
worse,
that says so much about you as a
Yes.
filmmaker and as a person, that your ego isn't such that I wrote this and this is what you're going to read, as opposed to,
Right.
hey, you got a better idea, go with it type of
yeah.
thing.
As a filmmaker, as a playwright, I'm a little different. Like as a playwright, because the words are so important.
Yes.
Because if it rambles, then it doesn't play well. As a filmmaker, I feel like I see things in pictures, and with the pictures, it's a little different. The dialogue just gets you to the next image for me. So as long as it enhances what the action of what we're watching, then sure, go off script, as long as it still has the spirit of what I want. Yeah.
So you've had Julia in your
Interesting.
films. Do you have a need for like a 50-something redhead with a little attitude? Anything like that? I don't know.
Sure.
I
Stop
swear to
looking so
God,
disappointed, Julia.
I swear to God, that just like you had to go there. That's you
I'm an
couldn't have waited till
opportunist.
we were. You could have waited till we were off
You know
the air and said,
we
ahead.
need to
I
make
wanted
more
to see.
movies with older people. I'm so tired of watching these movies with these teeny poppers that, I'm sorry, I don't relate to that, these teeny poppers. So I like.
Well, since she brought it up, AJ, I'm already a proven commodity in one of your movies.
Yes, you're winning all the awards. If you're not winning best actress, best supporting actress, and also ensemble, because we share that award because we were both in
That's
the
right,
movie,
we did, yeah.
right?
I was really. I mean, I
Okay.
was shocked. I was really shocked.
Well, you're terrific in the movie. Oh my gosh, have you?
I am.
Oh my god,
I am.
I haven't seen it yet. No, I see so much of her. I usually don't like to do it on the big screen.
No, she's terrific. She's terrific.
That's great. So what
we
next
had a lot
for
of
you,
fun.
AJ? What's going on? What do you got in the hopper that we can talk about?
I am heading in a few weeks to Arizona. I won an award at the Shodo Film Festival for my script, Queen Lena and the Artemis Players. Basically about an aging actress who comes home. She's famous. She's made her living as an actress, and she has a daughter she doesn't talk to. Well, back in the 70s, she started an all-female Shakespeare theater company, and she's pretty much going home to die, but she has to reconnect with her daughter. But the daughter hates the theater because of her mom, hates her mom, and she has a daughter, and her daughter wants to be an actress and secretly auditions for Lena's 50th anniversary production of King Lear.
Wow.
So it's an all-female cast. Okay, no men.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I love the women from the 40s, the movie The Women. Everyone who was famous in that film was in that film at that time. All the actresses, and there were no men. The only thing I don't like about the film, the women are so bitchy and catty to each other, and it's all about the man, so I like the idea, so I wanted to write something for an all-female cast, that that no, there's no man, but it's not about the man. It's not about fighting about the man, who's going to end up with the man. It's about these three generations of women and how they relate and how they separate and bond with each other.
That's cool.
Now this
so
hasn't been
complex,
produced
the
yet,
layers
right?
of it.
Hmm?
It's not produced though, is it?
No, it's not produced yet. No, I'm going to go and
Okay.
pitch it to a bunch of producers up in Arizona. We'll see how that goes. There's a couple of film festivals I absolutely love. Sholo is great. Block Island, Jersey Shore. There's a couple of film festivals you get to, submit your film. You get to know the curators of those film festivals, and it's been a wonderful adventure with going out to different parts of the country. To our film was in Palm Springs, and I went there for Ripples. I didn't go there for Fabulous 7 because I had other commitments. But it's wonderful to go to.
I went to Palm Springs for my documentary too, and we lost Kathy. It was my first time ever there.
Beautiful there.
She must be changing, huh? I loved it. It was. I couldn't live there. It's just too freaking hot. But
it's too hot. It's an old desert, but it's beautiful.
It's not for me. Not my kind. Oh, there's she.
My computer was dying.
I like seasons.
You like what?
Changing one of it. I like seasons. I like it. We're talking about Palm Springs.
Yeah,
so
you don't get seasons there. You get summer.
Palm Springs, is that close to the what's the desert? What's it called? The
desert.
Death Valley. Is it close to Death Valley?
I know it's 2 hours outside of LA. So it's 2 hours east of LA. So
if it's 120 degrees, there's going to be death involved somewhere. I'm not. That's not for me. That is not for me, boy.
Yeah.
So, I saw Giancarlo is down in Florida right now.
Yeah, he is. Oh my gosh, so many hurricanes. What the heck?
I know.
Yeah, he is out.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, me too.
What part of Florida is he in?
He's I believe he's on the West Coast.
Ooh,
so I think
that's where it's coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are. But by the time this airs, it'll be long past. So we hope and praise that he and everyone else will be okay.
Looking good down there right now.
I know. It's like category 5 or something.
Yeah.
Was like, what the heck? I mean, when Sandy hit us, that was only that was a super storm. That was a tropical
wasn't
storm.
That was a hurricane. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. I agree with you. But category 5.
What year was?
So let me ask you. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I was trying to think. What year was Sandy in? Was that?
I think it's 2012,
13?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 13. Yeah.
What do you? Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
As a gay man, and Kathy's gay, and I'm whatever I am.
I am.
I am what I am.
I don't know about you two, but I am deathly concerned about the outcome of the election. What do you see for us? Should it go?
It's got to go Kamala Harris. It has to. It has to. It has to. I mean, there's no choice. Like I don't trust. I'm not an especially political person, but I am saying everyone should go out and vote. It has to go to Kamala Harris. There's just no way.
It's not about politics anymore. It's not.
No, but here's the question. I asked because as a filmmaker, I thought it would be fascinating. The parallels to Nazi Germany and the rise of Hitler. The parallels of what's happening in this country are very, very similar. And I thought a film, even a short one, that sort of illustrates that would be really interesting to show.
Yeah, I infer it in a couple of my screenplays. I have one called TIC-TAC-TOE, where it's about it's a horror film about a woman coming home to you know, her mom just passes away and she finds her father, you know, that there might be a serial killer in her family, but there's a lot of hypnosis in it, and there's a political slant too as well. You know, I just think right now, I don't get it. I just don't get it. To me, I can't even believe I'm having this conversation, because it's just so bizarre to me. Like,
Well,
it's dangerous.
if you go back in time,
It's dangerous.
yeah, but if you go back to the 1930s, I think 1933 or something like that, there was a huge, huge Nazi Party rally in Madison Square Garden. I mean, filled with, I guess, what is that whole 10,000 people to the rafters? You know, swastikas flying everywhere. Charles Lindbergh was a big supporter of Hitler at the time. So, I mean, to say that you can't believe it can happen, Sinclair Lewis.
I can't believe that the conversation of who the two candidates are, like, you know, Trump, you know, like, is, to me, just the fact that he knew that the election was fair, you know, that he lost the election, and he tried to overthrow the democracy, and he's still allowed to be a candidate, is like, it's scary. It's scary. I'm not saying that, you know, that it's impossible for him, but I just think I mean, I don't know. It's just terrifying to me.
Here's what I think. I mean, and not to interrupt you, but it's like he didn't win 2020.
Right.
Okay. And more people now are against him than in 2020. He didn't gain any base.
Yeah.
And so now that you have the young people engaged, and you have all the Republicans of good sense that are saying, this cannot happen, and all of the people in his cabinet and everything, like, where does he get more people than what he had in 2020? I don't see the momentum for that.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
Let's hope. I mean,
the problem I have right now is, I'll be quite honest, I don't trust that base. I mean, I have nothing against Republicans. I have friends who are Republicans, but there's something about MAGA. It's just, to me, it's a cult. It's so bizarre.
Well, it's not based on any rationalization. It's based on messaging and propaganda and hate. And
well, that's what concerns me. You know, the LGBT community is targeted.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
The arts would certainly be targeted. I'm you know, I don't scare very easily, but I'm truly frightened about this.
It's going to be really interesting. I mean, the next couple of weeks, not even like we're in October. This is like a month away, you know, less than a month away. And I just think it's important. Anyone who could vote, anyone who has the common sense to vote, like, again, you know, if your politics and your policies lean more conservative, but MAGA is something completely different in my head.
This isn't about policy, though. This is not about policy.
Any one of us would have sat down with George Bush and had a cup of coffee with him and talked about whatever, and respected each other and been able to have a back and forth. But I live in a really red part of the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing on lawns here is 50-50. And if we're doing that in the reddest part of the state, I gotta believe that the rest of it.
I hope you're right.
Or, you know, it's not only the LGBTQ community, but like women. Like, honestly, like, this Project 2025, that's, to me, insane. Like, and it's pretty frightening at the vice presidential debate, like how he flip-flopped, like just like that, because we know
look.
he is not pro-abortion. We know
No.
he is not that, pro-choice. Sorry, pro-choice. And then just for him to switch like that, it was kind of like, and that's just I just want to win votes. That's what that's about.
Okay. Let's go back to film. Then we're going to start to wind down. So let's go back to film. What's your favorite films this season? What's come out that you really enjoyed?
Oh my gosh, I'm really into. I saw 2 movies yesterday in the movie theater. One was My Old Ass, which was kind of fantastic. It's with Aubrey Plaza. It's about a young woman that takes some mushrooms, and she's visited by her older self, who warns her about a few
that's
things.
pretty cool.
That was really super cool. Now, the thing that's really interesting, I mean, the young folks that, I think they would have a better slant on this, but she's lesbian, but then she falls in love with a man. So it's a little confusing for me.
Her older self falls in love with a man, or a younger self?
No, the younger self falls in love with a man. Okay. So, which is interesting. I know that they're way more fluid with stuff, the younger generation, but that was the only thing that I was like, interesting. Then I got to see Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis.
How was that? Yeah. Oh boy,
I saw $100 million on the screen. I have to be quite honest. I was bored to tears. I felt like it didn't have conflict, and it was just very hard to. I fell asleep like an hour into the movie. It was 2.5 hours. The hour that I watched felt like 5.5 hours. Now, I love Francis Ford Coppola. I love The Godfather. I love Apocalypse Now and some of his other movies, but not for me.
Yikes.
Not for me.
So let me ask you, juxtaposition those 2 movies. How much do you think the first movie, My Old Ass, cost to make?
Probably $2 million the most. Probably Audrey Plaza was probably the most expensive thing in that movie. Okay. And she's not in it a whole lot, but it was shot on one location by a lake and on a farm out there somewhere, wherever they shot it, probably in Toronto, probably. Not a very expensive movie, but the story meant something. Now, the thing about Megalopolis could have been interesting because it was about like how we are kind of the Roman Empire. I mean, the main character is named Caesar, and it's, but at the same time, they tell you this in the first 2 minutes of the movie, and the rest of it is like, yep, we're like the Roman Empire. Yep, we're like the Roman Empire for 2.5 hours. So it was like, I can't do this.
AJ, you need to do movie reviews. You're really good at this.
You must have read my mind. I said we should have him on once a month, just come in and review movies for us.
AJ's movie reviews. What did you see this? What do we need to watch?
Now? Oh my gosh! What?
I'm saying futuristically, we'll have you on, like in the every once in a while. Like, hey, what do we need to see?
I like
horror movies. Give you one of these.
Get your mug.
Horror movies. Oh my god, would love a mug. You like horror movies? So I just saw what was it? Strange Darlings. I really liked that film, and I really liked Late Night with the Devil. That was a lot of fun.
We're getting to Halloween season, so this
yes. I see one horror movie a day. I try to. I saw this thing called Satanic Hispanics. It was recommended on YouTube. It was really cool. It's Latino filmmaker and complete Latino cast, and it was really cool. Like I honestly,
is it in Spanish?
Some of it, but subtitles mostly English. Mostly it's Latino American. So I think so. I don't know the filmmakers.
I like
and
that.
I kind of went off of YouTube reviews, and I was like, Oh wow, this is a really good movie. This is a really good movie, and I like old fashioned horror. Just watch Terror Train with Jamie Lee Curtis. So old '80s slasher. Slightly homophobic, but like they didn't know
What do
any
you
better
think
back
of
then.
what do you think of her in the Bear? Do you think she was uh
Oh my,
Jamie
she
Lee
was
in the Bear?
fantastic. She was
That's what I
fantastic.
thought too. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love her so much. Everyone was complaining she won for Everything Everywhere All at Once. But you know what? Yes, I would have probably gave it to Angela Bassett that year, because I just think Angela Bassett is the bomb. But like Jamie Lee has worked so hard in this industry, and I just love her. I just love her. And
Yeah,
she's
you
so
can't not love her.
cool.
She's
Yeah,
terrific
so it
actress.
wasn't like sure I wanted Angela Bassett to win that year, but you know what? It's fine. It's totally fine. Angela Bassett, I will cast you in my next film. I love you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
You're
right up there
listening.
with like Wendy
See how
Malick.
quick he
And
forgot about me? I'm sitting right here.
Oh
And
yeah,
does he say,
well,
Julie
you could be in
Scotty,
that
I
film
will kiss
too.
you? No.
No,
Listen,
Julia,
we
you
got,
always have a place
yes,
in
my
my
honey.
heart.
I know. Not on your films, but in your heart. No.
No, that's not
Shut
true.
up,
That's not
Kathy. Shut up, Kathy.
true.
Listen, we do it, you coming in to do movie reviews would be great. If you want to do it, let me know. And we'd
Sure.
love to have you in,
absolutely.
we'll give you a segment each episode if you want, or whenever you want to come in. But and
She
I,
just wants to be in
I'm
another movie, AJ. She'll give you whatever you want.
no,
Just
no.
like, just
Listen,
cast me,
no,
please.
My
you
own
just
office with a window overlooking.
Only green M&Ms.
Sure.
I hate both of you. I hate both of you now. That's
We know.
Well, we love you.
I know. I love you too. And by the way, if you are, I want to thank you. I really, really want to thank you for coming on tonight,
Yeah,
as does
It was
Kathy,
a
I'm sure.
for sure.
Oh,
All right.
Would you do it again?
yeah, sure, of course, of course.
Okay.
It sounds
All right,
like
well,
you
where
just
are you?
rode your bike off like a ski ramp. Is like, would you do it again? Yes.
I can't. You're so goddamn critical, Kathy. Honest to God, everything I
Critical,
do,
just
you
your
got to be
reference is
goddamn
interesting. Like,
critical.
Maybe Kathy, you should do movie reviews. I would think, oh, yeah, this is a really good film. Kathy's like, no, it wasn't.
wow, would you do it again?
Well, good luck in Arizona, and I
Yeah.
hope.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
I
thank
hope
you,
they
and
give you
congratulations,
like give
Julia,
you.
for all your awards everywhere. Talk about Everything
Thank you.
Everywhere all at once.
Seriously, no, neither one of you have mentioned it through the whole show today, but I think I look hot today. So I'm just saying, I
You
don't
look
know. Maybe
marvelous,
it's my.
darling.
Thanks, AJ. And we'll hook up soon. All right.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
Thanks,
All right.
AJ.
Well, I love you.
All right, thank
Take care.
you. Oh my God,
Take
it was
care.
a
Okay.
pleasure, Kathy and
Bye
Julia.
bye.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Mwah. Mwah.
All right.
All right. All right.
There we go.
That was fun. We
He's
have the
fun.
best guests.
Yeah.
One of these cups.
So if you would like one of
Wait a minute.
these
Or one of
or one of
these.
those, and I think we have hoodies and some other gear, shopcomedycentric.com. So you have to do shop comedy centric. So it's our name and then
One word.
shopcomedycentric.com. And you too can get a mug like she's drinking from. I guess
And I'll
you
tell
have
you, they
that's
work
a mug.
great.
What is this called?
That
This is
would
a
be called
a
a
beer
beer
mug.
stein.
You have a
Beer mug.
coffee mug.
Right, because
This
I
is
don't drink
not
beer.
Stein. Is this a Stein or just a mug?
It's not well, it could be a stein
No, it's
or
a mug.
steen. It's a mug.
What makes
That's
a
a mug,
Stein a
too.
Stein?
What?
What makes a Stein a
stein is-
Stein?
It's got the lid on top with the with
Is
the,
it the
It's
lid?
got
We need
Germans on it.
comedy-centric
You need
steins.
a lid. Yeah.
I feel like I'm
No, we
trying to
don't
like
need-
this bitch.
Nobody drinks out of a stein anymore unless it's like you're in Germany in the
Hey,
1800s.
It's October.
What?
We have Oktoberfest.
All right, so what are
Their
you
place
yelling at me
nice.
for?
Well, you're
All
just
right,
very
if you
mug.
break out
Jimmy
your
says it's
sign
a
in
mug.
October.
Jim says mug.
Uh-huh.
Mug.
All right, well, we got to go because I need. It's late and I've had a long, long, long day.
All right. I'll report back if I see Obama this week.
You got to tell him how much I love him.
I'm gonna give him a comedy centric steen.
Mention Brody to him. He'll remember.
I'll be like, hey,
Say
you're good
Brody.
friends with Brody, right?
Brody
And
Levesque says hi.
he'll be like, Secret Service.
All
All
right,
right,
so
y'all.
how's your new dig? You moved into your new house, huh?
What?
Didn't you move into your own place recently?
No. Are you talking to a different person?
Did you not where are you still? Where are you
I
living now?
I live where I've always lived, and I'm at my girlfriend's house right now.
I don't know where you live anymore. You're like a phantom.
I live where I've always lived since I moved back here.
All right, I thought you went and got your own place, another place for
No,
yourself.
no,
A place for Kathy
no,
from the
no.
movie of the
There's no
same
place
name.
for Kathy. I
There
live
is.
where I've always lived. There's no place for Kathy.
Tell me the truth. Don't I look great?
You look
in
really
this
good in
light?
that light. You look hot.
I know.
You look
I
like you
know.
should be in a movie.
I said the same thing. I'm looking at myself. I'm going, this is the best I've ever
You
looked.
look at yourself and go, I'd do me.
I would do me tonight.
Would you do me too?
Yeah.
Well, then we should wrap this up and let you guys be alone.
All right. Well, I love you, Jimmy. I love you, Kathy.
Love
And
you
most
too.
of all, I love you.
I love you.
I love you. Have a wonderful 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Oh, before we go, in 2 weeks, we're having our very special show. I think, Jimmy, are we going live with that or no?
Really?
He's not even in the room anymore. We're going to be doing a forum on the state of comedy, in at least as we perceive it. And we're going to have Tom and Genio, who represents the bookers. We're having Vinny Brand, who owns
Stress Factory,
Stress
right?
Factory Comedy Club, right? And me as a veteran comic, but we're going to have a brandy new comic to be determined to see what it's like, for a new comic to break into the business.
And this is what we'll be. We'll be like this. We'll be like, hey, new comic, does it suck? And they'll be like, yes, it sucks.
But we're going to try to figure out, what the hell's going on in comedy, with streaming specials and all of that affecting it. And so I'm really looking forward to that. I think we're going to be doing it live, though. I'm not sure yet, though. So, but
well, we can't even
if
do
you're
shit.
watching,
So if we can do something live, that would be amazing.
it would be nice because I would like to have people participating, like comics maybe that are watching, participating. So if by the time this airs, comics, if you should happen to see this, pass the word. We're going to do it on not next week, but the week after. So you'll see it. We'll have something up on Facebook or whatever showing it. What are you doing, Kat?
I'm passing the word.
Okay. This is what's killing comedy, just FYI. All right. We got to get out of here. I love you.
Killing comedy? You're a mean woman.
I love you. I love you.
I love you.
Salute. Salute.